this morning we were talking about this lady that I met at the hairdresser yesterday. She was getting her hair dyed. She had bleach on it. They left it in too long. They took the towel off. Her hair was
Oh.
in the towel.
Oh,
Oh,
And
we.
so for a year, I saw her yesterday, a year after that horrific day. It was a salon somewhere in Katy, and my hairdresser was putting extensions on the hair that had grown in from the hair that was burned off. So she was
Wow.
living with extensions. And from what they were telling me, each bundle of hair that she applies is $150.
Right. Those extensions are
Yeah, I had
expensive.
no idea.
Yeah.
It took her 7 hours to get her full head of hair back, and she periodically has to take them off to let her hair settle down, and then I mean, I couldn't even believe it. Hair's important to us, we were talking about it on air. When I chose to shave my hair. That's different, and that was for a great cause, for St. Jude. I love those days, boy, that was so easy. Wake up and
Yeah.
go.
No worries.
Yeah,
Hey, when your
yeah.
hair grew back in after that, did you find was it any different? The texture, of
No,
course.
no.
No.
This lady's
Awesome.
hair grew back paper thin.
You
She
too,
had
Jay.
curly hair. Mine was fine.
Yeah.
Jay, when yours grew back, it was totally fine, right?
yeah, it was fine.
Totally the same?
It wasn't thicker or more full. It didn't come in curlier or anything. It
Yeah.
was just regular.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
say a lot of times when someone has cancer, they've had chemotherapy and they've lost all their hair due to that, and it comes back. It can come back different, thinner
Yeah.
or curly, or like you said, whatever, just different. Or some of it just in areas maybe it doesn't come back quite the same.
Mine came back naturally blonde. I would dye it before, but it came back naturally blonde the second time.
Really?
No,
Wow.
that's
Oh,
a
it
lie.
didn't.
That's a total lie. You saw all the white hair as it started growing in. I'm like, what do I do with this? So just let it go and then
Well,
dye
don't
it when
go
it
to that
comes back.
salon in Katy.
Exactly, exactly. Hey, I wanted to show you this, Joe, because I am totally, look at this. I'm totally with Joe. When I go to a restaurant, because I was a waitress, that was my very first job.
Bring your own glasses.
You posted a picture of what you do at a restaurant. You cannot not put everything in a pile for the waiter, and
Oh,
it's
I
a
do the
great
same
picture.
thing. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's me. That is
Yeah, me
so
too.
me.
That's weird. Yeah.
And I feel like, is that polite to do?
I
Well,
think
it's
so.
funny. It's funny
Why
you
not?
say that, Dana, because I do it both out of habit, but also as a backhanded suggestion. It's like,
No,
hey, you got a pre-bus, man.
Yeah.
Joe.
Come clean
No,
this
I don't
table.
do it. I do
Well,
it to
again,
help them. I'm
it's
like, here you
still
go.
it's still helping them, but at the same time, if dishes get that backed up, somebody's not on Johnny on the spot with the pre-bussing.
You are something else. And
That
I'm
doesn't
sure
happen that often, but when it does, it is annoying when you sit there and wait and wait and wait for them to clean off the table and you're still staring at,
Yep.
old French fries and
and
ketchup.
and you know what Joe's doing at that point? He's on his Yelp and he's putting this restaurant negative.
Yeah, okay,
1
you
star.
got me, Dana.
1 star, you
You got
bad
me.
guy. Hey,
Yeah,
speaking of
but
pots and pans, I put a video up because I have proof, and we talked about this, proof that I raised my son right, because Bobby helped me. He saw one of my pans that I've had. It's my favorite pan. Us cooks love certain pans that
Sure.
we cook, our eggs, our omelets, whatever. And this pan I've had for 20 years. Bobby ruined his wife's very expensive pan that she got from her parents for Christmas. He burned eggs and onions and mushrooms when he was trying to make the kids an omelet, kept it on the heated stove. She threw it away. She was so mad at him, she threw it
Mm.
away. He was determined to fix it for her. So he tried every hack that he YouTube, Googled, from
Hmm.
some kind of stainless steel cleaner. He was even going to use his sander to try to clean it. Don't do that. That's terrible.
Whenever you say he ruined it, what do you mean
The
it ruined
burn,
it?
it was so burned in that she's like, I'm not going to spend time to clean this. And
the
it
I
really
see.
underside,
upsets
the
me.
bottom.
No, it was the bottom and the
The
inside.
food
The
inside, you're
whole
saying.
thing.
So
Yeah.
so that just was it like the Teflon covering, but it just burned it
It
all?
wasn't Teflon. It was a really
No?
expensive stainless steel. It was like $150
I
beautiful
see.
pan that her mom had gotten her.
Wow.
And so one of the hacks was Coca-Cola. Put Coke in it and keep it there for 7 hours. Now, as a radio station person, we aren't allowed to have Coke anywhere near wires because it's supposed to burn right through it, right? So
I
Bobby
didn't know
thought
that.
yeah,
I'm
that's what
Well,
I'm in
always
trouble.
heard.
it just if it spills, it's real sticky and it's a mess and it can ruin and short out the
Yeah,
electronics.
because of it can eat away at it. So
Yeah.
for 7 hours, the Coke didn't work, nothing worked, and then he tried everything that we have in our pantry. Salt, really thick crystals, big crystals of salt, and what you have in your refrigerator, lemon. And so
Salt and
he said,
lemon.
I promise you, I can clean your pan, Mom, with salt and lemon. And so we went on this journey and we had the
Really?
kids there. Yeah, and it worked. It is a
Salt and lemon.
perfectly spotless pan now. And it was just elbow grease, salt, and we squeezed lemon all over it. It was
Now,
amazing.
Wow.
you say elbow grease, but I have a feeling there was a lot more muscle involved there.
There was a lot of muscle. There was a lot. Like Bobby was using his thumb. I was using my palms. My hands
See?
were so exfoliated that like they were raw,
You
basically raw
you
from
got the
salt.
grandkids in on this too, didn't you?
And you know what the grandkids were doing? They were eating it. I'm looking at them going, they're like, ooh, this is good. They're eating the lemon salt.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh
It
yeah,
was-
well, you
it
know
was a
that's
family
amazing because
affair.
that's a very good hack. I've also heard that if you had raw fish and you wanted, if you squeeze lemon on it, you can eat it. It basically cooks
Takes
it
away
in
the
a way.
bacteria, maybe.
Yeah.
Try it.
Potential bacteria. I'm not
I'm
gonna, well, I
not
mean,
gonna try it,
you have
but I've heard
sushi,
that.
Jay. I mean, I eat sushi, so that's not a problem. But the,
I mean,
the
That's
video is very
amazing.
The sous chef.
You know what have been great final cap to that video is to give
Yeah.
it back to the wife, give the pan back to the wife and see if she noted. Did she think, oh, you got me a new one? Or
right, no, here's
was
the
she
way it worked.
happy with the results?
I looked at his YouTube video that he had. He didn't have it on Sunny. I just looked at his YouTube video and I thought, wow, Bobby, that's amazing. And then he said, let's do that with yours. So I had my pan. That was my pan that we cleaned. Sarah already stayed married to him because he cleaned hers like a week ago. And then
Oh.
when I said that really worked, he goes, let's try it on yours. That's why we did the video, because he wanted to see. Mine was 20 years of gunk on this pan. And it really,
Salt
it
and
was
lemon.
like a brand new pan. I love
So
it.
I guess that would work like on like baking sheets and anything that has all that
Anything.
bake on food. Yeah.
But you just have to work at it, and
Sure.
you really can make it look brand new again. And so, you see all these perfect things on TikTok, and I was like, we're just gonna do ours. And we did it out at the farm outside, and it was a mess, and it was fun, and the kids wanted to join, and it worked out. Like I've got a beautiful new pan that was 20 years old. It's pretty
That's
cool.
great.
Yeah. And then Bob gave a little commentary on his thoughts about America. I don't know if you caught that or not, Joe. He's a quirky boy. So it was very fun. Very fun. So-
Well, do we get more time or less time this weekend to do pan hacks? I don't understand how the time jump works, Jay.
Yeah.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this Sunday morning at 2 a.m., we're going to lose an hour of sleep because daylight saving time
Mhm.
starts.
Yes.
And
Thank goodness.
I'm over it. I'm over it. I hate losing an hour of sleep. I wish this thing would just go away. This is the
Yeah.
year 2021. We've got cars that drive themselves. We've got virtual calls, online gaming. We're living in the future. Why do we still have this?
I wish we would just spring
I don't
forward and
know.
leave it alone. I mean, I know I prefer the one we're going to as opposed to the standard time. I think daylight saving time is my favorite. So I'm looking forward to it. I know we lose an hour, but I wish we would do that, spring forward and then never change it again.
You like getting up where it's a little bit darker, and you like the lighter days.
I
You
like the lighter
days
days.
to be lighter longer.
Yep.
Me too. I'm
Yep.
with you on that. I'm with you
Yep.
on that. I don't know why we're still doing it. I thought it was an energy saving event years and years ago when we were little kids.
You know, you know who controls that? It's surprising to me, but who determines like we expended it, so
The
now it's
CDC,
65.
The CDC.
No.
Santa Claus.
The Department of Transportation is actually in charge of daylight saving time. It was actually started for the wartime. It was only supposed to last during that time, but then
Mhm.
It continued on for
Kind of like
kids and-
taxes.
yeah, like taxes. No
Right.
kidding. And it's now, it used to be like sort of half and half of the year, but now it's 65% of the year we're during daylight saving time. So I think more people like that. And it is, I think, better for us, to have more sunshine and, throughout the day. Seems that way. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, honestly, it was done for that period of time. I remember learning about it, but we're gone now. We've moved on. So
Yeah.
I'm with Jay. Let's just stick to one time, and like the one that's coming up this
Yeah.
weekend, and leave it that way.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever been at work, like on the air as a jock, a DJ, when the time change happens? I did a long time ago. Losing an hour of sleep when you're at work, or I'm sorry, forwarding an hour when you're at work, that's not so bad. But when you have to go back and you have to work that extra hour, oh, that's rough.
That's going to
Yep.
be me on Saturday. I'll be working when it
Yeah.
happens. So.
It's like flying in a plane through different time zones. You're wondering, why did the trip take longer?
Right.
Yeah.
You know, right?
That's a weird feeling. Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
I was actually a nightclub DJ way back, and when the time changed, and that was weird. Yeah, because all of a sudden, instead of closing at 2, it was now 3.
Mhm.
But then flip that to the when you fall back and you have an extra hour to be out.
Oh,
So
I thought you were gonna say it's like, all right, and the time is jumping ahead. Okay, everyone get out.
yeah, we didn't close at 1. I know that they yeah.
You do have proud moments though when you've learned how to change the clock in your car, on my microwave, on my stove. I used to just leave it, and then I was like, gosh darn it, I'm not leaving it. I'm going to learn how to change the clock. And so I've learned I can change all the clocks in my house.
That's awesome. And it's another good reminder. It's a good time to change out all your smoke detectors and all that in your house too.
Exactly.
So it's a good time for that.
It's a stressful time for me because I have a digital clock on my microwave and another one on my stove. And if they're not synced up exactly,
I know it's
it
frustrating.
bugs me.
I
I don't
know.
want one at 01
Like-
and one at like 02.
Yeah.
They have, because then you don't look like a
Me
pro,
too.
Joe. You got to do it right. I know.
So
Right.
do we know why it happened? Why does it happen at 2 a.m? Why doesn't it happen like Saturday night at 11 or something?
Wait, Jay, do you really get up and change your clock at 2 a.m?
I do. I mean, I follow the law.
You do
I
it
don't-
before you go to bed.
The law says 2 a.m., Dana.
Jeez.